All right, Shalom, Yasharala. Before we get started, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakwadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the whole full elect. And we're back with another video, another lesson. All right, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to you brothers and you sisters out there. The title of this one's going to be called This, and quote, This is Vanity, Words of King Solomon. All right. And King Solomon, all right, if you don't know who he is, if you're new to watching these videos, King Solomon was a king of Israel. All right, he was the richest, the wisest. All right, he was the greatest man, one of the greatest men to walk the earth. All right, and we know the greatest man to walk this earth was who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. His name was Yahweh Shai. All right, the King Solomon. All right, he was, like I said, he was the king over Israel for 40 years. All right, he was a son of King David. All right, and King Solomon had it all. You know, he had women. He had, matter of fact, we'll read it. Ecclesiastes 2 and 1. I'm reading down to verse. I read down to verse 11. All right, it says, and I also put in an NLT version. Ecclesiastes 2 and 1. It says, I said in my heart, go to now, I will prove thee with mirth. Therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this also is vanity. All right, NLT says, I said to myself, come on, let's try pleasure. Let's look for the good things in life. But I found that this too was meaningless. All right, it says, so I said, laughter is silly. What good does it do to seek pleasure? After much thought, I decided to cheer myself with wine. And while still seeking wisdom, I clutched at foolishness. In this way, I tried to experience the only happiness most people find during their brief life in this world. Okay? It says, KJV, I made me great works. I builded me houses. Right? I planted me vineyards. I made me gardens and orchards. And I planted trees in them of all kind of fruits. I made me pools of water to water therewith the wood that bringeth forth trees. I got me servants and maidens, and had servants born in my house. Also I had great possessions of great and small cattle above all that were in Jerusalem before me. Okay, I gathered me also silver and gold, and the peculiar treasures of kings and of the provinces. I got me men singers and women singers, and the delights of the sons of men as musical instruments, and that of all sorts. Let's read this in the NLT version. It says, I also tried to find meaning by building huge homes for myself and by planting beautiful gardens. All right, King Solomon had mansions, right? And this is the back in the time, they were using gold and silver, right? So it wasn't like today. All right, we got, the houses today are, they're nice. But back then, you can't even compare, right? Especially Israelites, right? Verse 5, I made gardens and parks, filling them with all kinds of fruit trees. I built reservoirs to collect the water to irrigate my many flourishing groves. I bought slaves, both men and women, and others were born into my household. I also owned large herds and flocks, more than any of the kings who had lived in Jerusalem before me. I collected great sums of silver and gold, the treasure of many kings and provinces. I hired wonderful singers, both men and women, and had many beautiful concubines. Right? He had and King Solomon had 1,000 women. He had I think 700 wives and 300 concubines. I had everything a man could desire. So I became greater than all who had lived in Jerusalem before me, and my wisdom never failed me. And that's the most important thing. He before he got all that, he had wisdom. Okay, I believe it's in First Kings. Is it? I think it's 4 or is it 3? Yeah, Solomon's prayer. um, I'll start at 6. 1 Kings 3 and 6. And Solomon said, Thou hast showed unto thy servant David my father great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness, and in uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast kept him this great kindness. So and thou hast kept for him this great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day. And now, O Lord, whose name is Yahweh, my power, thou hast made thy servant king. Thou hast made thy servant king instead of David, my father. I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. And thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people, that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? All right, the Lord answered him back, and he said, And the speech pleased the Lord, that Solomon had asked this thing. And the Most High said unto him, Because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither hast asked riches for thyself, nor hast asked the life of thine enemies, but hast asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. So he had a great wisdom. Okay, so he had all that, and he says, verse 10, And whatsoever mine eyes desire, I kept not from them. I withheld not my heart from any joy, for my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion of all my labor. It says, Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do. And behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. So he even said this is all vain. It means nothing. Okay. Let's read in NLT. It says, but as I looked at everything I had worked so hard to accomplish, it was all so meaningless, like chasing the wind. There was nothing really worthwhile anywhere. You see? So even King Solomon, everything that, and we just read it, everything that he had, women, all right, he had houses, gardens, all right, he had fruit trees and all of that. But he said all is vanity, man. It means nothing. And ultimately he knew that this is gonna, be done away with soon. All right. King, like I said, King Solomon was when in his time was the wisest king on the earth. All right, nobody had more wisdom than King Solomon did, and everybody came to him. Our people from far lands, they wanted to see King Solomon and his wisdom, and as if he said that back then, how much more of us, living in this world, because we know all this is going to pass away, right? Let's get 1 John 2. Excuse me. Just 1 John chapter 2. I'll start at 15, and it reads, Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. All right, so we can't love this world. All right, Paul says, use the world, don't abuse it. Brothers do particular things. All right, but you get in and out, and that's it. Right. Verse 17 says, And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, for he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. Because this world's going to be, we know that this world is going to be done away with. And this is Esau's world, and Esau's world is nothing but wickedness. All right, and it makes you go against the Heavenly Father, everything you do. That's how we know we can't be perfect in the law. Okay, give me 1 second real quick. All right. So let's read this in NLT and see what it says. First John 2:15 NLT, it says, "Do not love this world nor the things it offers you. For when you love the world, you do not have the love of the Father in you." It says, "For the love, so like for the world offers only a craving for physical pleasure, a craving for everything we see, and pride in our achievements and possessions." Right? And you see that, people in the world like that. They get cars and houses, which is nothing really wrong with that, but that's the pride. The entertainment industry, right? What's those things called? Grammys, all right, Golden Globes and plaques, right? These are not from the Father, but are from this world. And this world is fading away. This world's gonna fade away, man. Okay, and the times we're in now, everything is different, and this world is fading away, along with everything that people crave. But anyone who does what pleases the Most High will live forever. All right, we're trying to do to the best of our ability to please the Lord. All right, by doing what we're told. Keeping the laws to the best of our ability. All right, preaching and teaching His word in sincerity and truth. Okay, being loving to the brotherhood. Doing the best we can, because we know this world is going to pass away, but the world to come, that's when we're going to live it up. All right, that's the world of, all right, the kingdom of Israel. Okay, with Yahweh Shai being on top. That's the world we look forward to. But this world right now, it's we're not in this world, man. We do what we got to do, but ultimately we don't go to we don't indulge in things. We don't party, clubs, none of that, bars. All right, let's get this from Luke 12 and 13. Okay, this is covetousness denounced, because that's what people they chase. This word is it's covetousness, and then people have that spirit of covetousness on them. Right, this is a parable. Right, it says and one of the company said unto him, Master, speak to my brother that he divide the inheritance with me. And he said unto him, Man, who made me a judge or a divider over you? And he said unto them, Take heed and beware of covetousness, which we know what covetousness is, but let's look it up. All right. Yes, we look up words, IUIC. We go into the Greek, we go into the Hebrew, and if it has to, we go into the Latin or other languages. All right. Foolishness. The word for covetousness is I'll play it for you.
Strong's G 4124, pleonoxia.
Pleonoxia, and it means greedy. All right, greedy desire to have more. Covetousness, avarice, and it says extreme greed for wealth or material gain. Okay, strong definition: fraudulency, extortion, covetousness practices greediness. All right, so it's basically just greed. Pleonexia. Okay. The root word.
Strong's G 4123, pleonectes.
Pleonectes. One eager to have more, especially what belongs to others. Greedy of gain, covetous. All right. Let's see what this.
Strong's G 4119, plion.
Greater in quantity. The more part, very many. Greater in quality, superior, more excellent. All right. Salakia. Palos, many, much, large. Yeah, it sounds like poly, because poly means it has a like poly is like a had more. But going back to this, it says, and he said unto them, Take heed and beware of covetousness, greed of gain. Right? For a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, The ground of a certain rich man, right, brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits. And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But the Most High said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? So he, it says, so he is that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich toward the Most High. Okay? NLT version. Let's read it. It says, verse 16. Then he told them a story, a rich, and Salaki for the sniffling, It says, a rich man had a fertile farm that produced fine crops. He said to himself, what should I do? I don't have room for all my crops. Then he said, I know. I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones. Then I'll have room enough to store all my wheat and other goods. I'll sit back and say to myself, my friend, you have enough store away for years to come. Now take it easy. Eat, drink, and be merry. But the Most High said to him, you fool, you will die this very night. Then who will get everything you work for? Yes, a person is a fool to store up earthly wealth, but not have a rich relationship with the Most High. And that's the point. People in this world, they want to store up, earthly things, but they have a relationship with the Heavenly Father. Okay, they're not focused on that, right? It even tells you that in what's that? Is this one? Yep, Matthew 6:19 says, lay not up treasures for yourself, okay, upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Okay? And we can read also Colossians 3:1. And it says, put on the new self. If ye be then risen with Yahushua, seek those things which are above, where Yahushua sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. It says, set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. Okay? And people set their things, even those in the truth. You got certain Israelites who set their things on earthly things, man. Let's get Philippians real quick. Philippians 3:17. It says, brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk so as ye have for us an example. For many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are enemies of the cross of the anointed, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. Okay? To read this in NLT, it says, dear brothers and sisters, pattern your lives after mine, and learn from those who follow our example. For I have told you often before, and I say it again with tears in my eyes, Salakia, that there are many whose conduct shows they are really enemies of the cross of the anointed. They are headed for destruction. Their God is their appetite. They brag about shameful things, and they think only about this life here on earth. Okay? You got Israelites who think about life here only on earth. Want to Hebrew is like community, and we gotta build on this side, right? They want to be successful in Esau's kingdom. Well, that's not gonna happen, man. Okay, they mind earthly things. They want they're covetous. They're covetous. They do things for money. Okay, they make you pay for a Hebrew prayer or a Hebrew name. All right, they make you pay for breakdowns on scriptures, right? So they just, they're greedy of gain, man. Selling t-shirt fringes, right? So going back, let's read this also in NLT. It says, since you have been raised to new life with Yahushua, Set your sights on the realities of heaven, where Yahushua sits in the place of honor at the Most High's right hand. And this also shows you that there's no Trinity. Okay, he's sitting on the right hand of the Most High, man. Think about things of heaven and not the things of earth. All right, let's get this last one. Romans 12:2. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. So we can't be conformed to this world, man. And conform means, let's look it up. Conform oneself, i.e. one's mind and character, to another's pattern, fashion oneself according to. Okay, let's actually look up the word. Conform, comply with rules, standards, or laws. Now we gotta follow the laws of this world. You stop at a red light, you stop. Stop at a stop sign, you stop. If it's it says behave according to socially acceptable conventions or standards. All right, be similar in form or type. Agree. All right. So we don't behave according to social to this world. It says according to socially acceptable conventions or standards. Okay, we're not conformed to this world, man. We do. We follow the ways of the Bible. All right, that's the way that's the way you should conform to. Okay, but this is vanity. Words of King Solomon. So you got to know that this world is going to pass away soon. This is a temporary. And what's to come is forever, eternity. So Lord willing, this is edifying to you brothers and you sisters out there. All right, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone, the teachers as well. Peace and salutations to all for elect. Lord's will was edified. Till next video, I'm going to say, Shalom.